Hey guys, what's up? It's DeLaZero, and because Halloween was yesterday, I'm gonna talk about a project that I worked on that was pretty spooky. So in high school, I used to take a class called something, I can't remember. Anywho, within this class, I began to learn all these new programs, and well, I was pretty ballsy and decided that I was gonna attempt to film a show. So the year afterwards, I came across something that PewDiePie actually was playing called Corpse Party, and before I finished the series, I was really intrigued by the story. It's not what you imagine. It had a really cutesy anime like theme. It was, that's what it looked like. But once you actually get to the story, it was goddamn dark. It was fucking people getting murked and killed, and it was amazing. It's pretty great. So after I played the game and I finished it, I wanted more, but I really wanted to make it more accessible to people who aren't really interested in games per se or anime. So I wanted to make it a live action adaptation that stayed relatively close to the story, because fucking whenever people try to Americanize fucking animes or fucking shit, it always fucking fails. It suck. So me and two of my friends who I really appreciated, we sat down and we watched the anime, and Jesus Christ, was it fucking intense. You had people getting punched through the fucking skull and their head would bust, or you had little kids getting stabbed with scissors and they get their eyes removed. What the fuck? But it was cool. I couldn't stop watching it. The story wasn't all blood and guts. It's actually a really cool story. Basically, a principal of a school tries to do something with a nurse, and then her daughter sees her getting murdered. So he chokes this little 8-year-old, a fucking 8-year-old. He chokes her to death, and she becomes a ghost. She makes him go crazy. She makes his son kill other students, other little kids actually. And so they close the school down. And then in the future, some teenagers try to do a charm, and that ends up being a curse. So they get sent back to a universe where the school wasn't destroyed, but it's complete. It's basically hell. And then you have this little girl, and she's fucking evil, and she's trying to kill the students with the help of her new minions, which happen to be the kids that got killed, the janitor. And they're completely their heads are off. They don't have tongues, and it's fucking insane. I recommend you guys watch it or watch a let's play. And if you guys want, I could do the let's play for it, since I'm kind of talking about it. So we combined elements from both the game and its sequel, Book of Shadows, and the anime. So we just had this concoction of gore and horror and just fucking pizzazz and shit. After we finished writing the first script, the pilot, we had to. I didn't have equipment back then, and it was in order to get the equipment for it, I had to get the okay from the teacher. So she read the script and she thought it was cool and she basically became my patron, I guess. So after that, I had to step up and go to administrator to get it approved. And me and this administrator, we got really along, and she loved The Walking Dead, so she loved the whole gory. And you think she'd say no to a student trying to film people getting hanged and killed and stabbed and whatever the fuck, but no, she was real cool about it, and I fucking appreciate it. But she told me, because she said it was okay, and some of the things were kind of dark, she asked me to go to the principal, and she helped me a lot. She talked to the principal about it, and the principal knew me, and she wanted to see what I was capable of. So I gave her the script, and she had it for about 2 weeks, and that kind of scared me a bit. I kind of thought she'd forget, or she just was like, goddamn, this kid needs some help. I'm gonna send him to counseling or some shit. But she didn't know. She got back to me and she told me that she read it and she thought it was completely like, because she told me that none of her students actually tried to do anything such like with this magnitude, and it was approved. So I was given a green light and I was astonished. I wasn't sure I was gonna get that far. After the whole green light thing, it was time to cast, and a lot of people that I casted were people that were in, like, it was like a half people that were interested in doing it in addition for it, and then the other half is people that I wanted to cast. Like, there was people that I knew they could act, or people that just fit characters like perfectly to the teeth. And the cast was it was big. Like, it was, I think there was like 10 main cast, and there was like 10 other or 15 other like sub roles. There was like, I think like 5 or 6 villains, and then there was like a whole set of cast members that were like other students that were stuck in this place. For the show, I even contacted musicians to actually use their music for the intro and their background music. I actually got replies from both of them. For the intros, I contacted Lily Holbrook, and her music, it's haunting. And Muji, who he does really cool music like for creepypastas, and they both gave me thumbs up. So we had everything down. We had the costumes, we had the props, we had the cast members, we had everything. It was done, and it was film day. We had meetings. We had everyone already rehearsed their lines. Everyone knew their lines. So when it was film day, things didn't end up like I wanted them to. Some cast members quit that same day. Like, the hour before filming started, they canceled on me. So I had to do some adjustments, but it was. And then other members apparently didn't know their lines. Like I said, rehearsed, didn't know their lines, so they had to go over them while I was going. So a lot of it was kind of improvisation, and things were like ending real bad because it was during school. People had times where they had to go home, they had homework to do, so people could only be there for a certain amount of time. And because the whole thing was getting messed up, that time was used up to try to fix that. And the whole thing was just so stressful, and I realized at that point that this wasn't gonna be able to succeed without having to redo everything. And even then, it was already at the end of the semester, so we only had one 4 months to do this to recast, fix things. And it wasn't, I don't think it would have been possible to do, because so many people, first of all, didn't know how to act. I got the people that I wanted or needed, so it failed. Like, there's no way to say anything. There's no way to sugarcoat it. It was a failure, and maybe it could have been made smaller, and in that way it could have been better. So after this failure of a attempt at something that could have been great, I was actually pushed to do better. So why I believe Binding, my new show, will be better is because I'm taking longer time to write it out and plan it out. The story is finished, and after I'm done writing the scripts for it, I'm gonna send it to be edited. Another reason why I think it's gonna be better, or at least actually take off, is because the cast is shorter. Like, there's less cast members. There's about 7 main cast members, and everybody else are just extras or just like sub roles, like not really important to the story. But also the format of it's way smaller. There's gonna be 21 episodes, and they're each about 10 to 15 minutes long. So roughly maybe 2 hours worth of thing instead of the fucking normal time. So this whole format, the whole casting, the whole extra writing it, everything is condensed into like this small, really good story that's gonna be really mind-blowing. Maybe not, y'all decide, but yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you for listening to this rant. But I really appreciate if you guys give me a like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, or I'm trying to build this up. So if you guys give me any feedback, that'd be great. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.